Hi everybody, we are back to look at cards for the 16th of August. I'm going to be pulling one card for every single sign. This is a great way to check in quickly on your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you know your planetary placements, this will actually give you quite a bit of tea for the day, just in one short little quick video. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, almost fell but didn't. Oh, and don't forget, there is still the contest going on. So don't forget to put a comment down below this video so that you can be entered into that contest. All right, let's put down some cards. First up, we have Aries. Aries, Seven of Coins. This is my payday card. You're either being paid back for something or you actually are having a literal payday that shows up on the 16th. What date's the 16th? Monday. That's kind of unusual, right? All right, so payday of some way on the 16th for those of you who are Aries. Next up, let's look at Taurus. Taurus, we have the falling tower showing up in reverse. In reverse is actually much better than right side up. It just means that we're further along in a process where we have had something that was making us feel secure that was suddenly and unexpectedly pulled out of our experience. And now what we're doing is we're finding something to replace that that's actually better than what was there first. So we're in a really good place when the falling tower comes back in and comes back in reverse. Yay. Geminis are next. Geminis, you guys have the Five of Cups showing up. There's something going on here that is causing you to feel some kind of disappointment today, Geminis. Disappointment. Sorry, guys. All right, so for Cancers, you guys have the Moon card showing up in reverse. I like this card in reverse as well. This is a card that when it's in reverse, it says that you did have a fishy situation in your life and you knew it was fishy, but you just didn't know exactly what you were missing there. With the Moon card in reverse, this is new information that comes up to the surface for you to be aware of. And a lot of times, if a Moon card is coming up, that's telling us not only is new information coming up, but that information is going to change your perspective on whatever situation that is we're talking about, Cancers. Leos, King of Cups in reverse. This tells me that you are expressing to somebody in your life how you feel about something, and how you feel about something is a little angry and frustrated. I think you are going to be expressing this in a very restrained sort of way, Leos. Next up we have Virgo. Excuse me. Virgos, what we see for you is the Nine of Cups. Virgos, some of you may be overindulging today. I know that's not the traditionally known meaning of the Nine of Cups, but for whatever reason, especially with this deck, the Nine of Cups to me can talk about overindulging in mind-altering substances, whether it's alcohol or otherwise. And I think the reason I pull that out of this deck a lot of times is because if you look right there, and right there you see like some little shot glass looking things, and what it makes me think of is back when I was like 19 or so, and we used to play quarters, which was a drinking game where you had to bounce a quarter into a shot glass, and if you didn't make it, of course, what'd you have to do? You had to drink. So this makes me think of a drinking game. So for me, in this particular deck especially, this talks a lot of times about overindulgence. So you just want to be aware, pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to whether you're in moderation or not, and, maybe you're willing to indulge. Maybe this is a good time for you to celebrate and you want to indulge. If that's the case, okay, yay, yay you. If you're somebody who is more like me, I'm kind of a control freak. I don't like to be in an altered state of mind unless I'm taking myself there consciously. Then you may want to rein it in a little bit so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you're feeling a little bit out of your normal self, shall we say. Okay, so that's Virgo. Next up, let's look at Libra. Libras, you guys have the Three of Clubs. Three of Clubs tells me that you're making some kind of changes to travel plans, or you may be traveling and that travel is literally being changed off the cuff as you go. And then the last thing that could be happening here for you Libras is you may be making long-term plans. And those long-term plans are ones that you're realizing aren't as sound as you wanted. And so you're adjusting those. So either adjusting long-term plans, adjusting travel plans, or adjusting travel as you're going on it. Okay, so that's for Libra. Let's look at Scorpio. Scorpios, Eight of Cups. We're walking away from something that has made us feel depleted. We've been putting a lot of energy into this, but we have not been getting a whole lot of energy back. So we're feeling depleted with this. All right, so that's Scorpio. Next up, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Queen of Coins in reverse. You've been being very generous with somebody, and you can be generous with somebody not just with money or material goods, but also with your time, your energy, your effort. And the reason you've been generous with this person is because you were hoping that your generosity would help them get a leg up so that they would be more self-sufficient. And what you're seeing is instead of them becoming more self-sufficient, what's really happening is they are becoming more dependent on you. And so what you're doing at this point is you are, Spirit's giving me the word reneging. You're reneging on that generosity. You're taking that generosity back because it's really not actually helping that person. And that defeats the purpose because you wanted to help that person. You didn't want to make them more dependent. So you're backing out of that generosity. You're not being so generous with whatever it is you were being generous with before. Okay, so that's Sagittarius. Next up we have Capricorn. Capricorn with the Two of Swords. You are making some kind of decision today that impacts more than 20 minutes of your life. And I don't think you're having any trouble making this decision, but this is the type of decision that can really sort of change direction of things for you if you decide a certain way. Maybe whichever way you decide for some of you. All right, so that was Capricorn. Next up, Aquarius. You guys have the Emperor showing up in reverse. So Aquarius with the Emperor in reverse, this is talking about somebody that you're interacting with that can have strong narcissistic tendencies. Okay, so this can be somebody who has multiple boyfriends, multiple girlfriends. This can be somebody who throws a fit when they don't get what they want, even though they're a grown-up. This can be somebody who just does whatever it takes at all costs to get what they want, even if that means not necessarily being very truthful or honest about different situations. So some kind of interaction with somebody who is corrupt, who is corrupt. That's a good way to sum that up. Okay. Hopefully that interaction will be a short one for your sake, Aquarius. Pisces, you guys are up next. The Empress in reverse. Look at that. We had the Emperor in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Now, these are actually two different meanings. Where the Emperor in reverse was all about somebody with narcissistic tendencies, the Empress in reverse is somebody who can be very codependent. So, Pisces, you guys may be interacting with someone who has codependent tendencies. And codependents are generally people who grew up in situations where they kind of had to be the grown-ups for their parents because their parents weren't holding it together so well. Okay, and so they grew up because of this with the idea that if they weren't in control of a lot of the situations around them, then things were going to go wrong. Okay, and so that left them with a coping mechanism from childhood that can be very annoying to other adults around them as they become adults. And so I feel like Pisces, you may be interacting with somebody who is basically trying to control things because they want a good outcome and they are afraid to let loose of control because they're afraid of what might happen if they turn loose of it. Okay? So that's what we've got for the day. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate that. And I also appreciate all the subscribes, the shares. Of course, we still have the contest. Thank you for commenting and participating in that. And I appreciate all of you who are ordering private readings and private Reiki sessions and Reiki candles from me. It is because of all of your support that I'm able to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody have a great day. Peace out.